Hi, Amy here, back in Colorado. I'm here to talk to you today about feeling buzzed without alcohol. Last time I talked about feeling our feelings versus running away from them. But do we really need to feel every feeling? I think no. One example of a feeling I didn't need to feel was the feeling of sheer terror on my flight back from LA. Lots of turbulence. Logically, I know that flying is still the safest form of travel, but viscerally, I was scared out of my mind. Yes, I'd love to get to that point of just always being in that state of inner peace and detachment where I can just fully trust, like the grounding meditation from my last video would cultivate. But I'm not always there yet. I'll talk in a minute about some more natural methods for taming our brain chemistry, but first let's talk about the kind of feelings we do need to feel. While we can't always control flying conditions, when we start having the impulse to control a lot of things in life, emotional pain, sickness, shame, pride, a rampant desire to compete in all manner of things, we might need to take a little time to just feel and notice with some curiosity, what is this feeling trying to tell me? No judgment. By allowing ourselves to really feel those important nagging feelings, we can discover their purpose and thereby let them go a lot more quickly. We all have that one day or week or maybe even month when we just say, fuck, I need a drink, right? At that point, my personal go-to is sulfite-free red wine. No, they're not paying me for advertisement. I am sensitive to sulfites, and this one does taste really good. It's just when we start thinking we have to have multiple drinks every day, or when we judge or feel judged by others when they don't drink. These are times to ask ourselves what feelings we might be avoiding. No matter how unworthy we might feel sometimes, no matter what mistakes we make, we still have value. Everyone does. It helps to reconnect with that tiny seed of potential from which we all started. Our physical bodies have evolved to be fearful of things that appear to threaten our lives and well-being. But by starting to recognize those times when we will not be able to control things, we can begin mastering that fear by trusting more in the beautiful purpose of oneness in life. And once we start feeling all feelings a bit more, we can also feel happier. And we can generally cultivate a lifestyle of playfulness, love, gratitude, which sometimes, honestly, people only express when they're drunk, right? This lifestyle comes hangover-free. That being said, when we need a little help, like on my flight, one source I have turned to is a book by Daniel G. Amen, Magnificent Mind at Any Age. And in it, he talks about different imbalances that can happen in our brains, different ways we can deal with them, natural ways to bring ourselves back into balance. For example, I had been taking SAMe for many years. It stands for S-adenosyl methionine ethylate, something like that. I got this one at a local foods market where it was very reasonably priced. It can be a little expensive. It can also come in boxes with foil like this. So do a little research, see what the price might be if you feel like you could benefit from this. It personally made me feel a lot less depressed when I would take it. And last winter, I started taking St. John's wort, which made me take less SAMe. So if I looked in this book, I would have known that the St. John's wort deals with anterior cingulate gyrus, part of my brain, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing, whereas SAMe, which still needed some help in my brain, is in the deep limbic system. Also, one of the things that could have helped on my flight would be valerian root, for example, which deals with the basal ganglia part of our brain with fear and anxiety. So definitely do research before you take any of these, but for example, St. John's wort, if you're taking birth control, I recommend probably not doing St. John's wort because it makes it ineffective, is what I've heard. Maybe that's changed, but do some research. I also never want to recommend that anyone stop any treatments that are prescribed or otherwise working for them. But this book might give you some insight, might give you some food for thought. I plan on sharing more strategies on feeling buzzed without alcohol in future videos, but please like this one if you did like it. Comment, leave me some feedback, and let me know what you'd like to hear more about. Subscribe and share with others. Thank you so much.